You know that was the fastest short track race in history that you just pulled off.
Wow.
Congrats.
The third stage going green to checkered was really nice. So it was fun, though. I enjoy, it felt like for where we are in NASCAR with stage racing and stuff, it felt like a pretty pure race there with that third stage going green all the way to the end and just dicing it up through traffic, having a green flag stop here at Bristol. So, yeah, it was just fun. When you have a good car, too, you can move around. It makes it a lot more fun.
What the hell were you doing hitting the wall with like 5 laps to go?
I'd already lapped Brad, I think, once. I'm like, just let me go. And I don't know, these cars have like a weird aero spot. And I entered really fast. And I think I got into that little pocket and I got loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, you made it exciting because they started talking about it. I'm like, oh no, like this could get real interesting.
I hit the wall pretty hard. So I'm just glad everything was good, and I just settled back in and settled down and made it to the end.
Was it tiring? I heard you reference that, and I always feel like when guys get out of their cars, it's like your adrenaline is there, and then when it goes away, you almost get lightheaded. Was it tiring today?
In the car, I felt fine, honestly, and then I don't know, you get out and you start immediately talking, doing an interview, and you just haven't quite caught your breath. Yeah, so I felt completely fine. It's cool, but yeah, I think just between getting out of the car, jogging to get the flag, jogging back, and then talking, I was like, all right, my heart rate's probably higher now than it was in the race, but no, it was fun. My car drove good. I can move around, so that kind of keeps the heart rate down.
Myers, I'll tell you a tip here, a trick.
Yes.
No driver gets out and acts tired. You get out, even if you're exhausted, you still run over and get it, right, and just totally play it off.
Well, and you got, obviously, we saw the trophy. This is a real, and you're holding the case. You came over here.
I have the case.
This is the
sheath, I think they call it.
Food City 500 winner, Bristol. But we talk about the last great Coliseum. This is a part of being a gladiator, I guess, surviving here. But you take over from your. That's real, by the way, right?
It's sharp. I've seen who is it? Brad cut himself. Maybe somebody else.
There's a shocker, right?
Be careful. So you take over from your teammate lap 40. Did you know? Because you were the favorite coming in. There was a lot of talk about just how well you ran in the Xfinity, even in the truck race. So you were kind of ahead of everybody. Did you feel that way coming into this race?
I don't know. I just always have a lot of confidence when we come here, and the rules don't really change, the tires don't change, and we were super dominant, in the fall. So I felt like if I could get to the lead, it could look very similar to that race. And when we were all kind of riding around on the bottom at the beginning, not really sure of what the track was going to do and what the tire wear was going to do, I could kind of see it, darkening up, and I was like, all right, I think, this is my chance to just go to the lead, try and pick the pace up, and I think the tires will be okay. And I really think that was kind of the move of the race, to control it, and then you have a gap, coming down pit road every time. My picker did a great job, and just controlling the race. It's hard to pass. When you get into the top 5, it's really hard to pass. So I just wanted to be in control, and thankfully it all worked out.
Were you surprised about the tires? Gosh, watching yesterday in practice, I know it was a little warmer today, but we talked about that in the pre-race show. It just seemed like tires were going to be a huge concern, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and obviously none of us in the field did. That's why we all were running, 16 5s or whatever to fire off. But the PJ1, it got black really quick. And then, I don't know.
Are you looking for the rubber on top of the track? To see how much is coming off?
Where I started to notice at first was on the exit, where your right side tires are. There was streaks of you could see people, spinning. It was sticking. So then I was able to get inside of Denny, and he worked the middle really well and got back down in front of me. And then the 7, I think, came, and they were all filing back down. I was kind of shuffling back. I was like, well, I need to go. I'm just going to get shuffled back. And yeah, but about that point, it really started to kind of darken up, and it was getting that, normal kind of Bristol concrete, greasy feel. So I felt like we were going to be in a decent spot. And then once we got to the first pit stop, they said the tires looked good.
Yeah, much needed win. You got an off week. You got any plans? Just going to lay around? You going to race somewhere?
I'm definitely racing.
So, where are we racing? What are we doing?
I'll be, the Outlaws will love to promote this, but I will be at Knoxville, Iowa, racing with the Knoxville, with the Outlaws there.
And we're excited. You're still big, Indy 500 coming up, right? You're gonna go for the double there. We always look forward to that, and that'll be on Fox. So congratulations again. A very emotional, very important win.
When are we going to see you do 3 races again? When are we going to try to do the triple?
Good. Sorry, I thought I was going to a break.
No, sorry. I don't know. This year I'm done with it, but if we can do, I really love Homestead and I really love Bristol. Maybe a Kansas or something in the future, but I'll be pretty selective with it. I'm going to have to feel like I've got a shot to win all 3 and ones I just enjoy being at.
I appreciate the fact he knew he needed a microphone.
All right, that was good. Yes, they're TV savvy. All right, congrats again. All right,
Yeah.
thank you for your
Congrats,
time.
man.
You're always so gracious. We appreciate that.
Top 5, but Ty, a complete day today. You guys start 6, run in the top 5 all day long. Has to feel good.
Yeah, it's definitely really nice. We had a really good, clean day, so really happy to have that. It's been pretty chaotic start to our year, so I think we're back where we're going to run it. But really excited for the future and to get back racing after this off weekend. And I think we're really capable of winning a lot this year. So we see what we can do, and let's go have a fun time, have a blast. So thank you to Toyota, Monster Energy, and Saya.
You mentioned that chaotic start to the season. How tough is it as a driver when things aren't necessarily going your way, but you have had speed at times to keep your head down and keep focused and know that this is going to come?
Yeah, I feel like we've got great guys around me. I know we're capable of running really well, as we've seen. So, I don't think I'd worry about it at all too much. But thank you to Monster Energy, thank you to Mitch Covington, David Galland, Rodney, and everybody. I appreciate them and LDN, and just excited for the future.
All right, nice run today. Thanks. Jamie?
What a rebound after last week, Chase, which, as your crew chief called a disaster. How good does this one feel with this team?
Yeah, it's nice. Whenever you have a run like last week, it can go 2 different ways. You can either just, dwell on it, or you can just move on from it. And proud of our, Bass Pro Shop Toyota team to be able to move on from it and come here and just, put it in the rear view, right? So yeah, it was a good, solid day for us. That's what we needed to do. Just have a clean, solid day and have a good finish. That's what we had. Just need a little bit more to be able to be up there and be, battling for the win. But overall, definitely nice to have some momentum going into the off week.
Chase, coming into this race, everybody just knew we were going to see a repeat of last spring. It was going to be tire management. As a driver, what is that switch in your mind like when this race was completely different?
Yeah, I told James before the race, I said, I really don't think it's going to do it. But you couldn't just go hard and then risk the opportunity that it was going to all fall apart, right? So it was a very unique start to the race, just how everybody was going super easy. Then you'd have a couple guys start picking up the pace, then we all would. And then I'd say around lap 50 or 60, you just started running hard, and obviously it lasted. So yeah, I don't know what the light switch is that determines if we have that or don't have that. But yeah, it was definitely interesting to say the least.
Well done. Enjoy the weekend off with the family.
Appreciate it.
Chris?
Well, Ryan Blaney called it a blue-collar day, and I think that's exactly what it was. You end up with your second, fifth place finish in a row. Kind of made a show out of it in the middle, though. You stayed out long, had to run long, and it actually worked out good in the end.
Yeah, it was a good risk to take, really. I thought Jonathan did a good job of taking a chance. We weren't going to win. I was already running fifth, and at the end of the day, we got back to where we were running, which was good. But I took a chance in trying to get a yellow and trapping a bunch of guys lap down, and so really good effort. Honestly, a really good weekend by the 12 boys. I thought we got better and better from practice, which was good. Honestly, I didn't think we were very good yesterday in race trim, so they did a great job of getting us to where we need to be and getting better all day through the day. So like you said, blue collar day. So I appreciate Menards and Richmond, Ford, Advanced Auto Parts, Dex Imaging, Body Armor, Wabash, Worth Group. Really good to kind of have a race that we finished where we should. So the last 2 weeks have been good of running where we need to run with this group, having the speed in our cars, and take a little break and look forward to getting back to it here in a couple weeks.
What's it like? You anticipate one thing today, potential tire wear, and set the cars up possibly for that, and then you have to adjust on them as you go. You mentioned how good Jonathan did with that, but how tough is that when it takes place like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's, last year in this race we adjusted it just the opposite way, from what we expected. So this race, I think you saw it. It was actually kind of funny in the first run of the race. Everyone was just poking around there, right? I don't want to be the first to blow a tire. And I'm looking at my dash for 16.5, way off the pace. And then each run, everyone got a little braver and a little braver. So as a driver, right, you're trying to learn, okay, can I go 10, 15% harder at the beginning of the run or the whole run and maybe have tire left? So that's always fun, as a driver, figuring that stuff out. You always have an idea in your mind of how things are going to be. But when it kind of is way different like this, it's kind of a challenge for the team and the drivers. So that's always a good time.
Nice job with that challenge today. Chris?
William Byron starts in the back and he ends up sixth. So good run for you, William. But there's a side of racing here. You guys make it look so easy, but put in perspective for people that don't understand the mental game here and the physical game of running 500 laps.
Yeah, this is the highest sense of speed place that we go. So when you're in the corner, everything's vibrating and you're trying to anticipate lap cars and you're always racing somebody. So it's Yeah, it's tough. You're just running really hard. It's very difficult to pass. You basically you try to get a couple cars per run, and if you can do that, that's a really good run. So just for us, I wish the first run could have gone a little differently. Starting 26, we just tried to save tire. Thought it was going to be that kind of race, and we just didn't really gain a lot of track position till the second stage. So kind of had to grind forward from there, but really proud of our team, and feel good about the run.
Enjoy your off week.
Thank you.